Before every shower, I remind my 2 younger brothers not to peek, but the moment I close the door, they still rush over as usual. This time, though, something felt off. As they approached the bathroom, thick frosty mist poured out from beneath the door. They instantly realized something was seriously wrong and tried to force the door open. But when they finally saw it, they froze in place. The entire bathroom was covered in frost. The water hadn't even started running, yet there I stood, frozen solid into a block of ice. Jack panicked and ran for help, while Mike stayed by my side, checking me carefully. My face was deathly pale, my body ice cold, showing no signs of life. Jack quickly returned with a flamethrower, ready to melt the ice. But Mike stopped him just in time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have survived. To save me, they rushed to carry me outside, but their hands slipped, and I slid down the stairs. Fortunately, I was as hard as stone and didn't shatter after a few minutes, but I showed no signs of thawing, and my brothers had no idea what to do. With no other choice, they carried me back to the bathroom, hoping Summer would somehow fix everything. They sat in the living room, turned on the TV, and waited. Suddenly, the entire house shook violently. The next second, meteorites began falling like rain. Terrified, they jumped into the fireplace. When the danger finally passed, they dared to crawl out, but the moment they opened the front door, a massive meteor streaked past right before their eyes. Looking around, they saw countless shooting stars scattered everywhere. Jack looked down and realized there was no solid ground beneath his feet, only a brilliant Milky Way. Even saliva and mouths floated in zero gravity. That's when they finally understood the truth. The entire house was floating in outer space. Meanwhile, in the bathroom, I slowly returned to normal, thinking it was just another prank from my brothers. I didn't think much of it, so I adjusted the water temperature and took another shower. What I didn't know was that things were never that simple. My ordinary actions had caught the attention of aliens. As I dressed and stepped out of the bathroom, the house shook violently once more. Incredibly, an alien spacecraft hovered right outside our front door. The 3 of us were terrified and immediately ran down to the basement. Jack trembled as he grabbed the satellite phone and sent a distress signal to Earth. But before any response came, a dark shadow swept past the doorway. In that instant, all 3 of us froze. We held our breath, daring not to make a sound.